What is going on, everybody? My name is General Mittens and welcome to the Mittens Report. That is the title I've decided to give this series. This is probably going to change because it's not very good, but at the moment it's just going to be called the Mittens Report, which is basically my weekly news series. Now this is a day late, I do apologise for that. I thought that I uploaded my last Mittens Report on a Tuesday, but it turns out I uploaded it on a Monday. So I guess the new schedule is going to be Tuesdays, which works pretty well for my hectic week and a half coming up. So anyway, first off, our first news story of the week is the GTA Online patch 1.05 has arrived. Now this arrived about the same time I posted my first Mint report last week, and literally within a day, the two payments that were promised, the 250,000 payments, they came at the same time, so everyone just got 500 grand. This is awesome. This makes the game a lot more enjoyable when you have a really nice apartment and a really nice car, so you don't have to keep doing repetitive missions. I, for one, am kind of happy that Rockstar did this. They kept delaying the stimulus package for ages, and then they released the patch, and literally they just brought it on everyone. And I think they released all of the payments in one, just to sort of get it over with, because just in case of other things that delayed the second payment. And I think it's really brought life back to GTA Online. By now, everyone who has qualified for the 500k payment should have it. It had gone over a full day, so if your friend had the stimulus package already, that doesn't mean that you would have got it. But by now, because it's been about a week, you should have the stimulus package. So if you haven't played recently, I suggest hopping on and finding your 500k and going wild and tricking out your character and giving him an awesome apartment, all that kind of good stuff. So the second news story of the week is a relatively new one, and it comes to us from Sony. It's that Sony has updated their terms of service, and now basically inside the terms of service it says that Sony can monitor and record your voice and text activity, as well as they reserve the right to stop you from selling used PS4 games. This is a statement from the actual terms of service itself, and it says, your use of PSN and our community features may be recorded and collected by us or sent to us by other users. The content of your voice and text communications, video of your gameplay, the time and location of your activities, and your name, your PSN online ID, and IP address may be used by us or our affiliated companies to enforce these terms and the SEN terms of service to comply with the law. Now, on the subject of Sony reserving the rights to selling used games, in section 7.1 of the terms of service, it says, you must not resell either disc-based software or software downloads unless expressly authorized by us, and if the publisher is another company, additionally by the publisher. Now, at first glance, this looks a lot like what Microsoft were trying to do with the Xbox One, with the whole monitoring and the NSA on Skype and all that kind of stuff. And it does sound a little shady. Sony has said that they are making no commitment to monitor every single thing that goes on, but on an individual basis, they will be. So this could make a lot of people feel really weird. A lot of people chose the PlayStation 4 purely for the safety and not having the fear of being watched or being recorded by Microsoft, and now it looks like that has turned. Of course, this doesn't mean that Sony are gonna do horrible things with it, and the whole reserving the right to stop you from selling used games, that statement they put in their terms of service apparently has been in every single PlayStation terms of service ever, so it doesn't really mean anything new, but it is there, although I do doubt they're going to go back on themselves about selling used games. So I doubt Sony are going to do things that Microsoft were planning to do, or, you know, behind closed doors. So I doubt they're going to go and watch you through their PlayStation Eye and, I know, record you and all that kind of creepy stuff. But it is kind of weird nonetheless. So our third news story of the week, Target decided to ship an Xbox One ridiculously early, and one user received their Xbox One and posted an immense amount of tweets to Twitter and posted a YouTube video before having his Xbox One banned. He was mainly tweeting about his initial impressions on the controller, on the download size of games, on the OS, all that kind of thing, and then his console was banned. Now this does sound like a really stupid turn of events, both from Target and from Microsoft for banning his console, but Major Nelson has said whatever happened, it will not be permanent. Major Nelson has also said that the user's console will be unbanned on launch day. Basically, the only reason his Xbox One was banned is because things are still in the works. So to be honest, I kind of agree with Microsoft here. I think, yeah, banning the console until launch day is probably the best thing they can do. By banning this user's console, they have probably avoided loads of Xbox One glitches going up to YouTube and having a lot of people pull out of their pre-orders solely because of the fact that someone got their console earlier than what it was meant to be released. I believe this was just a really bad turn of events and very bad on Target's behalf, and I'm really happy the way Microsoft dealt with the situation. They could have done so many bad things like they did on Xbox One's launch week, but they handled it really nicely, and I think this is one of the best news stories to come out from Microsoft recently. Now, our last story of the week isn't really a story about developers or any sort of issues within the video gaming world. It's more about a release of something. That is the Humble Store. Now, the Humble Store is an add-on to the whole Humble Bundle deal. And if you don't know what that is, you're missing out big time. Basically, what the Humble Bundle is it changes every 2 weeks, I believe. And you get a new bunch of games, and you can pay what you want. And if you pay above a certain average, you get 2 extra games or 3 extra games, depending on what kind of games are available. And you can choose how much money goes to Humble, that goes to charity, or that goes to the developer. They are always releasing awesome deals, and I strongly encourage you to go check it out if you haven't already. At the moment, it is a WB Games bundle, so you get Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year, Fear 2, Fear 3, Lord of the Rings War in the North, and if you pay more than $4.63 it is right now as of recording, you get Batman Arkham City Game of the Year and Scribblenauts Unlimited. This is probably one of the best deals they've come out with so far, especially for $4.63 to get the 2 Batman games. That's worth it just there. Now, the Humble Store is basically an add-on to this thing. They have the Humble Bundle, the Humble Weekly Sale, and now they have the Humble Store. Now, there's new deals every day, and basically they choose a set amount of games, and they're on sale every day. So it adds just a little bit more variety to the amount of games you can purchase, and again, you can choose how much money goes to charity, the Humble team, or the developer. I strongly encourage you to go out there and buy at least one. At the moment, they have Chivalry Medieval Warfare, Euro Truck Simulator 2, and Natural Selection 2 for $6.25 each. And those are 3 awesome games that I definitely recommend you check out. And it's just a steal. It really is. It's completely ridiculous. And I strongly encourage you to go and check it out because it does go to charity. Again, I can't say this enough, I strongly suggest you go to humblebundle.com and just check out the deals there, and if you see something that catches your eye, just go and get it. It's so cheap, it's ridiculous. So these are the 4 news stories of the week. What do you guys think about the Xbox One being shipped early? What do you think about the updated terms of service? How are you spending your 500 grand in GTA 5? These are all these questions that can be answered in the comments section below. So thank you very much for watching this week's Mittens Report. My name is General Mittens, and I'll see you in the next video.